Peace, people.
Hey, hey, hey.
I'm Malika.
I'm Jessie, aka Jessie Jane.
This is
Who's Thinking for You?
Today's topic is, when is it time to cut that person off?
Chop, chop. Clip them. When is it time to kick somebody out of your life that's not on the same page or thinking level as you?
That's simple.
Yeah, like if you got somebody in your life, any relationship, any age, anybody that literally is not bringing peace to you, or not understanding where you're going on your path in life, sometimes you gotta cut them off. And it's not necessarily saying cut them off like I don't want to deal with you no more, I don't like you, or I'm not your friend. But it's like, I'm going to a certain place that you're not ready to go to yet, and I can't be around you to stop me from where I'm going.
Yeah.
Like, one of my biggest things I always say is fear. Like, people push their fear on you. That's a big thing that I personally experience. I dream big, I think big. Everything that I try to do it big. But when you tell people certain things that you want to do, in their mind, they might not think that they can accomplish that, but you feel like you can accomplish it. So being that they think that they can't accomplish it, they want to tell you that it can't be done. But in your mind, you already see it. You already see you doing it. So it's certain people I'm not going to call and talk to about it. You know what I'm saying? Because either one, they going to think small on it, or think that I'm thinking too big, or they going to think that it can't be done. But it's certain people that you can call and be like, look, man, I'm about to, telling you, I only got 500, but I'm about to flip this to $1 million. And they going to be like, what the fuck? What you doing? Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? And those are the type of people you want to be around. Yeah. Whether y'all flip to 500 or motherfucker go home broke. You know what I'm saying? It's that mindset. You got to be around the people that align with your mindset. So
That's true. Then also, I think that depending on who the person is or what type of relationship you have with the person, you can kind of have this feeling of guilt for wanting to expand or wanting to grow, and that person isn't willing to do that. So, for example, if it's your cousin, y'all grew up together, and right now you embarking on your journey as far as like consciousness, and you fasting, and you, like you said, are dreaming big, thinking big, you know, starting to manifest the things, and your cousin still want to drink Four Locos and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we both were there at one point in time, and I'm not knocking you. I'm not saying I'm better than you, but we just got two different levels of understanding now. So if you can't respect that, I mean, how long am I supposed to go on with, okay, let me give him the benefit of the doubt, he don't know no better. Or, you know, I know I can't talk like this around you. So, I mean, how much time can you really spend around a person that isn't like-minded?
Because then you're not being yourself.
Exactly. Before you start to become stagnant, or before you start to not be yourself and do things that you really don't want to do, which I can vouch for that, because me coming up, I always knew I was different than the people I was hanging around, but I just felt obligated for some reason to hang around certain people. And then, like, now that I'm looking back, I'm just like, what the hell was I thinking? Why was I doing this or doing that? Like, yeah. Malika, come on.
Well, and that's a part of growth.
Yeah.
And I feel like if anybody out here is not growing, then that means you're complacent, you're stagnant. That means you're comfortable in the environment you've been. And these type of behaviors can go on for years.
Yeah.
I mean, you see 40, 50-year-old people that's still doing the same shit. That is called stagnant, complacent behavior. They are not growing. That means they are still in a level of thinking that they've been since they probably was in high school, and they haven't grew in decades. That's serious.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful of those type of things, because then you'll find yourself 50 sitting next to him. You know what I'm saying?
Still talking about gang gang.
You know what I mean? It's just like, it's not thinking that you're better. And then it's another thing too. It's not thinking you better than somebody. So just because somebody's growing or distancing themselves, finding themselves and doing things like that, that don't mean they think they better than the people that's not. But if somebody wants something different for themselves,
Respect
you
it.
gotta respect that. It's not trying to be thinking they better than somebody else, but they trying to be better than their old self.
Yeah.
Not you, but their self. Y'all gotta stop looking at people like that, like, oh yeah, she thinks she this and that. I see it all the time. You know what I mean? Not particularly about me, but I could be around somebody and be like, yeah, I don't like her because she be thinking she like that. She thinks she this and she thinks she that. That's not, to me, it's like, how do somebody think they like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, she's supposed to. You know what I'm saying?
Just like you the shit too. But
Yeah,
you just don't,
gotta
accept it. No,
you gotta find it and you gotta walk in it. So because a person is walking in confidence for themselves, that's all I'm saying. Because somebody walking in confidence or they know their self and they in a good place, that don't mean that they think they like that man. They just trying to grow. They just trying to grow. There's nothing wrong with that.
I know I can only have certain conversations with this person, or I know I don't really belong around these people, hanging around these people. Maybe, our relationship could go from we hanging around each other every day, we going out, whatever, but me now, I don't want to go out. Like, I'm personally speaking now. You probably can't pay me to go to a club or be in that atmosphere. Like, I never really liked it, but I did it, young, whatever. But now, like, if I still have friends that are doing that, I'm not going to compromise my comfort or what it is that where I am in life to go do those things. So at this point,
they don't move,
Exactly. So at this point, if you are my friend or whoever you are pertaining to that situation, either you're going to respect the fact that I don't go out anymore, or some people, they'll feel some type of way about that. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I just call you because I'm like, I'm going out. I hate you tomorrow.
Yeah. So it's like, it kind of gets to the point of, when do you establish, okay, hey, this is a person that I just need to, like, decide or defer what I'm going to do with this person, or I don't need this person in my life anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Anything too excessive, I feel like now, as I done grew older, anything that you're doing too much of is, it ultimately becomes a problem. Whether it's food, whether it's clubbing, whether it's gambling, whether it's spending and shopping, anything you do too much of ultimately affects your life in some type of way. So, like, you was just giving that scenario of like clubbing and things. It's like, you know what I'm saying? So somebody hitting you constantly, you got somebody pressuring you wanting to go out, or that's all they want to do every time you're around them. No, I'm trying to come off of that. So I don't want to be around you because that's all you really trying to do. That's just like me. I mean, somebody might look at me a certain way, but I done had a serious illness, like I said. So for as far as me eating and certain foods and all that, I can go around my family, I can go around my friends, but if you got pork chops on the stove and I come to your house, I'm not saying I'm like that, but I'm not eating pork, honey. I'm not putting it in my body. I can't eat that ham. I can't eat that processed hot dog. I can't eat that burger. Why? Because you ain't had cancer. I did. It's going to affect my body. I can't be on that type of level right now. Like, that's not gonna be beneficial for me and my kids. I can still come around you. I can still hang, I'm gonna pull an apple out the bag. You know what I'm saying? You can eat your cold cut. It's no problem. You just gotta let people move and grow how they want. And I don't try to force how I feel as far as food or, just certain things that I disagree with people on. I don't try to force it on them, but you gonna walk how you gonna walk, I'm gonna walk how I'm gonna walk. But at the moment you try to change me or deteriorate how I'm walking, that's when you gotta cut people off.
Yeah,
because it's okay for us to be on different ways. I mean, I can't tell you what to eat. You can't tell me what to eat. She can't tell her friend not to go out or somebody not to go out, but she not going out. You know what I'm saying? And the moment when people try to take you off of your own path and journey, I feel is like when they need to be cut off. It's okay for us to disagree, but you don't try to inflict your fear or your worry, or you know what I mean, I'll disagree, or basically our lifestyle, different lifestyles on each other in a negative way, or you know what I mean, make me feel some type of way about how I'm living.
Right.
That's basically how I look at it.
Right. So like, what about like when people okay, say you're in a relationship, right, and it's just like a lot of dissonance, like y'all hitting heads, like for you personally, like how do you feel about like, okay, now's the time, like this is just not gonna work with this person, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely know what you're saying.
Because I know like it's different when it's a friend or you know, something like that, but like when it's like your significant other and like you guys aren't seeing eye to eye, like as far as like even simple terms like level of awareness, you know. So sometimes, okay, when is it okay to disagree and argue, but when is it that time to be like, you know, like, okay, this
exactly
not the person for me, like we not gonna grow, you know.
I feel like for one, when you in a relationship, communication is the main thing. You cannot be with no one that you cannot literally sit down and do this with.
Yeah.
You cannot. No it will never work. You have to let each other talk. You gotta listen, and then both collectively come up with a solution. I feel like, but so, yeah, like if you can't sit down with your partner and communicate with them, like, you know, we have these type of issues, or I'm falling out of love with you for X, Y, and Z, and they not love you enough back for y'all to come with a solution that's going to benefit both of y'all, then it's time to let that person go. And unfortunately, it be like that sometimes. One is because they selfish, or two, they never going to grow. Yeah. So, and you'll find yourself when you done cut people off, or it be like this weird ass dude that you dated, and you be like, why the hell was I with him? And you still, you know what I'm saying? But guess what? Yeah. You outgrow him, but you did eventually cut him off. And then you see him 5-10 years later, and you like, girl, you did good. You did really good. Proud of you. Because they ain't grown. That 5-10 years after you done seen them, you would have been still dealing with the same shit. Yeah. So sometimes you gotta let it go. Like, let it go.
Especially like, and I really think what you just said is key, like communicating, because that really applies to every relationship. You know, like a lot of times, like for example, with a parent to a child, you'll feel like the parent may feel, well, I've experienced life. I've been 50 years old. You've never been 50, so you can. There's really nothing you can tell me. So they're just trying to talk to their child versus listening. And that's like communication goes both ways. You literally have to not only talk, but listen as well. And don't listen with the ear like, okay, I'm just waiting to give my response. Like, no, you really got to listen to what that person is saying, you know, and really like take in what they're saying before you even think about responding. And I just think that with any relationship, if you're ever compromising who you are, if you're ever compromising what it is that you feel inside, what resonates with you, that's when you gotta cut it off. And like, to be specific, like let's say it is like one of your parents, like your parent is just, you know, set in their ways, you know, which is fine, that's where you are, okay. But if at one point in time when I didn't have this level of understanding of myself, and I sat on the phone with my grandmother or my father or my mother every single day and just talked about whatever, talked about people, talked about things that I knew weren't true or things that didn't resonate with me, it might be time for you to stop calling them every day and sitting on the phone with them every day. It's okay to just shoot a call. Like, I was just calling to check on you, but I gotta go do X, Y, and Z. You know,
I was about to say, that's me, literally.
Yeah, you don't gotta sit on the phone with them no more. But I mean, yeah, call and check on them, but you don't have to sit on the phone and entertain conversations that you know don't resonate with you.